There are some in India could make a case. They could say, "Oh, I was born in Navadvip Dham or this Dham or that Dham." But Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj told, put the palm to his forehead after the Brajamandal Parikrama. Said, "Oh, I'm so unfortunate. I just circumambulated the length and breadth of Vrindavan Dham and I couldn't find a single Vaishnava." And his disciples were shocked, surprised, shocked. Guru Maharaj told, our Guru Maharaj's sayings were mostly revolutionary. Right? If not for the revolutionary and somewhat unorthodox methods of Srila Saraswati Thakur, we wouldn't be sitting in this room listening to this discussion. No one would have a connection substantially with Krishna consciousness movement. It is all by His grace. Right? So he said, and Vrindavan, I can't find a single Vaishnava, I'm so unfortunate. And the devotee saying, in Vrindavan everyone's a devotee. What is he saying? There's so many Vaishnavas here, and our Gurudev, he's saying, I couldn't find one. So they thought, what about, Paramahansa Ramdas Babaji? Chanting 3 lakhs of Krishna Nam every day. What is that? 192 rounds. Not 16 rounds. And follow the 4 regulative principles. 192 rounds every day. Reading the works of Rupa and Raghunath. If he can't go to a Bhagavatam class, because if he hears the name Krishna, he'll go into a state of ecstasy. Foaming at the mouth, tears trembling, hair standing on end. They say, what about him? Saraswati, him? He's a Kanishta Adhikari, an infant class devotee of the 3rd class, a practitioner. They're more shocked. They offer up who's arguably the most revered Vaishnava in Vrindavan of the day, and Saraswati Thakur says, he's a neophyte, practitioner. So Guru Maharaj concluded after so much careful observation, he said, yes, our Guru Maharaj and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, that gentleman with his rounds and he said practices, he's trying to elevate himself, to move toward that plane. Right? That's all right. By his practices, he's trying to elevate himself and make progress toward that plane. He said, but our Guru Maharaj and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they descended from that plane. That is the aspiration of the practitioner who's trying to go forward. They descended from that plane into this world to distribute something. They are not practitioners. Right? Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Saraswati, he's not a practitioner of Krishna consciousness. Right? He descended from that world to distribute something here. What did one of his original followers, Sakhi Charan, tell the Guru Maharaj in the early days of Gaudiya Math, before he had so many disciples, temples or anything? In the jungles of Mayapur, he would be preaching to them, pounding his fist on the table with such intensity, his face flushed red. And Sakhi Charan said, we couldn't understand what he was saying. And these are men who, by the way, are Sanskritians. They come from lines of devotional families. They had very high sanskar and background. He said, we could not understand his level, what he was expressing. He said, and the intensity. But what we could observe the intensity, but what we could understand, he said that forcibly, he was trying to make us drink some nectarine substance. That much we could understand. Bilapa Kusamansani Raghunath Das Goswami, Vairagya Yug, Bhakti Rasa Prayatne, Apayam Mam Anabipsamandam, Kripam Buddhi Yak Paraduka Duki, Sanatanastvam Prabhum Asrayami. Raghunath Das Goswami said, I was unwilling to drink this nectarine substance because we think it's something else. Right? The tongue is afflicted with avidya, jaundice of ignorance. So is the mind and the intellect. We think it's something else that's not in our self-interest. Vaishnavas paraduka dukhi. He said, but Sanatana Goswami Prabhu is so kind. He forced me to drink this, and now I'm happy. Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj says, Kripaya Hari Kirtana Murti Dharam, always preaching about Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Radharani, Nityananda Prabhu. So much so. And even in ordinary dealings, they had to meet with some lawyers on Gaudiya Math business, and the lawyer says, because Saraswati Thakur is preaching to him, Hari Kirtan. It was supposed to be a legal discussion. He's doing Hari Kirtan. The man says, are you trying to convert me? Saraswati Thakur says, yes. He said, and actually, if you could give your attention for 5 minutes, automatically you'd be converted. And not only that, but what you would understand is, it was not a conversion in the conventional sense, because actually this is the innate wealth of the heart. Krishna Bhakti Nitya Siddha Sadhya Kabunoi. Really, this is what it needs to be awakened. That's all. It's not something foreign, a foreign substance being brought to you. So he's always back to home, back to Godhead. Right? So Srila Guru Maharaj, and for his birthday, this Dvaita Das Pranati Panchakam is only for the birthday, not the Tirobhav. And here, this is so beautiful. It's only 5 slokas, but because it's for birthday, Guru Maharaj made it so happy. Saraswati Thakur told about Guru Maharaj's poetic style, happy style. And just hearing this makes you happy. You don't even have to know what it means. It'll make you happy. But I'll read so you can understand how it goes. Sarasi tata sukha dota janikata priya bhajanam. And only Gurudev could sing it. I've never heard anyone else. That's why I'm not trying to even try to sing it. Gurudev can sing it. Everyone else is lost. Sarasi tata sukha dota janikata priya bhajanam. Lalita mukha lalana kula parama dararyajanam. Brajakanana bahumanana kamala priyanayanam. Guna manjari gorima guna haribasana bayanam. Subado daya divashe vrisha ravija nijadaitam. Pranamami charanantika paricharaka sahitam. It's so sweet, this. Gurudev knows where the meter came from. But Guru Maharaj took that happy, Saraswati Thakur, happy style. But here in expressing something very beautiful and happy. Because we said, where's that plane he descended from to distribute something? Right? It's indicated here. This is the genius of Srila Guru Maharaj. Sometimes Kaviraj Goswami will say in Chaitanya Charitamritam, he's talking about the highest things ever expressed. Say, actually, these things should not be expressed. Right? Really, we shouldn't be discussing these things or speaking them or mentioning them. He said, but no one will understand them. So I couldn't be happier. Only the people who are meant to understand them can understand them. And for the others, I'll say, it's madness. Right? Ami ek botul tumi ditiya. Mahaprabhu tells him, I'm the first, I'm crazy the first, and you're crazy the second. You can understand this madness I'm expressing. Right? So here, Guru Maharaj, he's praising Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Saraswati, Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and Saraswati Thakur, and Krishna, and Radharani, everyone. Right? And he's reminding us at the end of each line, Pranamami cha charanantika paricharaka sahitam. That we don't worship Guru in an isolated position. Just as we don't worship Krishna in an isolated position, that's conceived to be fictitious devotion. But Krishna, Guru Maharaj, I heard him say this morning, he said, Krishna is a relative thing. He's the supreme absolute. Guru Maharaj said, Krishna is a relative thing. He means, in this sense, telling how can you say the supreme absolute is relative, he means, who is he? He said he's all attractive. Who is he attracting? You know, if you say, Krishna is all attractive, okay. Who is he attracting? He's attracting Radharani and so many others, and hopefully us. So he said, Krishna is relative. That attraction is relative to whom is being attracted. Therefore he's Krishna. Without anyone to attract, he would be lonely. Like the Christian God. He's always just alone up there in the God. Not a friend to be found. He has no wife, no girlfriend. He looks so sad. Even he will be saved by Krishna conception. There's hope for the Christian God to relieve all of that angst he sometimes expresses in his loneliness and isolation. Krishna is not isolated. Neither is Guru to be seen as isolated. We worship Guru and his paraphernalia, means the servitors. That's what pranamami charanantika parichar sahitam. But here, so Guru Maharaj says, there is a kunj in the spiritual world. Brajakanana bahumanana. Oh, Lalita Mukha Lalana is also there. So he says, in this Swananda Sukhada Kunj, headed by Lalita, his most favorite, who is Kamala Priya. Here means Kamala Manjari, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Right? Here he's revealing the internal identities of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and by inference himself. I mean, Guru Maharaj is revealing whom. So he's saying, in that kunja, dear to Lalita, who is the leader there? Kamala Manjari, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And next to her is Guna Manjari, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And this is the genius of Guru Maharaj in ontological, where ontological and poetic expression meet the zenith. He uses the word guna with three meanings. One is guna to mean Guna Manjari, Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, the Guru Dev of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But another meaning of guna is quality, qualities. So he's saying, Srila Saraswati Thakur, he's singing the gunas of Guna Manjari. He's singing the qualities of Guna Manjari. And then the third meaning. Each one of those gunas, qualities, another meaning of guna is thread. Right? So each is like, so that means he's weaving a tapestry. One quality, another quality, another quality, another quality, another quality, another quality, and it's creating a tapestry that becomes a tent. So it's a chinmoy tent of the good qualities of Guna Manjari that Krishna is irresistibly drawn to take shelter in. So that means they've captured Krishna in their kunja, which will make Radharani very happy. They've captured Krishna by he is singing the qualities of Guna Manjari now, and Krishna will be handed over to the proper authorities. So, in so many poems of Srila Guru Maharaj, he's praised Srila Saraswati Thakur as with the Nikila Bhuvana Maya, Chinavich Chinakartri, Vibhuda Bahulam Rigya Mukti Mohanta Datri, Shitiliriviri Raga Radhe Shadvani, Vilasatu Hridi Nityam Bhakti Siddhanta Bani. So he's saying, here Guru Maharaj translates Saraswati. Who is she? Like Vagdevi, the goddess of speech, right, of singing. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati becomes Bhakti Siddhanta Vani. Saraswati is rendered as Vani, and then what do you say? Vilasatu Hridi Nityam. Let it play in our hearts eternally. That play of the voice and divine instructions of Saraswati Thakur in the hearts of his followers allow us to participate in the Krishna consciousness movement. The Shiti Lidi Vidi Raga Radhesha, saying he slackened the Vidi Marg, as when he told one time his preaching vision, and he said, if necessary, if there's some objection to people coming in our connection, he said, particularly with reference to England, he said, then we can arrange non-vegetarian food from a local restaurant to take care of those people. And Guru Maharaj was there at the time. He said, he was shocked once again and said, I think that will introduce contamination into the mat. And he said, Saraswati Thakur's words struck like a thunderbolt in his heart when he said, oh, you don't know. I decided this 10,000 years ago. This is not like a whimsical expression, a slip of the tongue. I decided this 10,000 years ago. And he said, you have to have Vaikuntha Vritti. Means, here, Vaikuntha in the sense of liberal, unlimited liberality, generosity, and application. He knows, as Gurudev told, Vidi Marg is for India. When he said that in Petersburg and Lakta, after interacting with the Russian devotees. They'd ask him questions like, if you take a Manasa Shnan, do you have to bathe later? So Gurudev said, Vidi Marg is for India. So Saraswati Thakur knows that better than anyone. Knows if this is going to go out of India into the Western world, then it'll have to be slackened somewhat in application to bring them in. That is the purpose and the meaning of his motto. Pujala Ragapata Gaurava Bange Matala Sarujana Bishayarange. He's saying, Pujala Ragapat, Ragamarg, that shall remain above as Pujala, means worshipable. Try to bring it down here, it will become adulterated, modified, contaminated, turn into something else. Prakrita Sahajism. So he wrote the Prakrita Rasa Shatadushini, 100 faults of Prakrita Sahajism. So-called Rasic Vaishnavas giving Rasa Shiksha to those who lack the adhikar to receive it. Violation of those in the Rupa Nuga line. Cancelled. Many things, he told. Right? So, that's mentioned in the verse. But Guru Maharaj is saying, but what did he do in 3 steps? It's 3 parts of the sloka. Saying, but for the karmis and the gyanis, he dropped atom bombs on their misconceptions. That is his phrase. Atom bombs. Not just bomb them. Nuclear. It was so vehement in his opposition. Right? When he was young in school, he's always arguing in favor of Mahaprabhu's Krishna conception, and that would sometimes lead to arguments with boys at school who are under the influence of Mayavad, Smarta, different things. So much so that Bhaktivinoda called him for a private meeting once and said, I don't know how you're going to get on in life when you get older. And Guru Maharaj said, Saraswati Thakur told him, don't worry about me, I'll manage. But he thought maybe it would lead a life of conflict. This very picture here, when we published this in Search for Sri Krishna, I said to Srila Guru Maharaj, when we're presenting Search for Sri Krishna to him, it was to the moment, to the rising of the moon in Navadvip on Gaur Purnima, to the moment, the day, the moment, that time, the 50th anniversary of when Sri Krishna Chaitanya was presented to Srila Saraswati Thakur. Guru Maharaj noted that. And so as we were presenting it to him, we're reading what's in the book, the captions, the pictures. And when it came to this picture of Saraswati Thakur, I put as a caption what I'd heard Srila Guru Maharaj say, but it was a little unusual for a caption. Because normally a caption should say something like, founded such and such with a date, or something like that. But I put instead, he declared a totalitarian war against Maya, illusion, and misconception, and even all other religious conceptions. And then I thought, as I read this to Guru Maharaj, maybe he's going to say, that's too much, tone it down a little, something. And Guru Maharaj started beaming, and he went, oh. He said, if you didn't say anything else about our Guru Maharaj, he would be fully represented there. And that's why he's a mysterious personality to try and understand. Guru Maharaj has the depth of vision to see him. When Sakhi Charan said his face is becoming flush from the intensity of his expression, and Guru Maharaj also witnessed that, Guru Maharaj said, oh, then we could understand what is meant by lotus face. Because it looked to him like pink, white, like lotus petals. His face looked like a lotus flower to Guru Maharaj, and he recorded that in his poetry. When someone asked him about the sweetness of Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj said, our Guru Maharaj had the sweetness of Vrindavan within, and it could only be detected within. Externally, he appeared in the form of a devastator. So when we see these pictures of Saraswati Thakur, sometimes they instill instantly seriousness within us. We look at him and you realize that you have to become serious. Right? He's the one, Guru Maharaj, when he'd quote Amar Jivana of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, say, every morning when you wake up, beat your mind 100 times with a broomstick and say, what have I done? What? I wasted my time yesterday. Please don't let that happen again today. Let me do something useful in the service of Guru and Gauranga. But it's here, Janaka Adhika Vatsala Snigdha Padam, but Guru Maharaj is saying, but actually, internally, he's very sweet. Sweet and more affectionate than a father. That's Janaka Adhika Vatsalya Snigdha Padam. Serious affection and sweetness that he expressed towards everyone. The Gaurangaika here, Japena Tapasana, the other slokas. How he's saving the jivas from the Timingila of Mayavad. And they're in the ocean of nescience, getting devoured by the Timingila of Mayavad. It's another sloka of Guru Maharaj. And what does he do? He takes them from the mouth of the Timingila and puts them into the boat of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. That's how we understand his love and affection. Not in some sentimental or superficial way. So sometimes Guru Maharaj says the Jati Raja, Samraja, the emperor of the Vaishnava sannyasi, Jati Rajganai, Jati Raj, the king of the Jati. Jati means the sannyasins. Mahadadabhuta Pavana Shakti Padam, the power emanating from his holy lotus feet. Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj told him, when he heard, he planned to go out of Mayapur to Kolkata. And he said, Prabhu, don't go there. That's, like they say, Jai Ma Kali, Kolkata Wali. Means, Jai Ma Kali, I'm a man from Calcutta. I'm a Kolkata Wali. We worship Ma Kali. He said, that's Kali's place. Don't go there. Stay in the Dham. And Saraswati Thakur said to him very beautifully, he said, oh no, you don't understand. I have so much faith in the power, the sanctifying power of the dust of your holy lotus feet. They can liberate thousands of Calcuttas. So I will go to Calcutta, and there in the heart of Maya, in the center of hell, establish the throne for Guru Gauranga and Radha Govinda. That's where I want to make a temple. In the Dham, there's so many temples. I have some also. But I want to go in the center of hell and make a temple there. In praise of the lotus feet of Guru Gauranga Radha Govinda. Just as Swarup Damodar Maharaj, disciple of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, was Bhaktivedanta Institute, and telling Guru Maharaj he was making a temple in Manipur, the place where Narottam converted everyone to Vaishnavism. And Guru Maharaj said, you are not meant for that type of construction, because he is a scientist. He said, many can do that. He said, but Swami Maharaj wanted you to construct a temple over the tomb of Darwin. That's the seva that he wants from you. And not anyone can do that. So, when Saraswati Thakur, we hear, Prithivi te ache jata nagaradigram sarvatra prachar hoibe mornam. This will spread to every town and village in the world, and some interpretations, all the planets. So they said to Saraswati Thakur, is that your intention? And he said, no. My intention is to make a heart for Mahaprabhu and Krishna, Radharani, and the heart of every man, woman, and child. To make their heart into mandir, Tungamani Mandire. Like the song Srila Gurudev would sing. That is my intention. Not just, it would be enough. We think, oh, it would be a tremendous success to have a temple in every town and village in the world. That's not my idea. Make every heart a temple of Krishna, and Mahaprabhu and Radharani, Radha Govinda. Where are you going to find a better friend than that? So when he said, I want a lakh of pice, means I'll do it in dollars. It's like saying, I want 100,000 pennies. Right? They're going to build the flagship temple of Gaudiya Math in Bagh Bazar. I want 100,000 pennies. So then one man, they call him JBD, Jagabandhu Prabhu. He gave the equivalent, $3 million. All the devotees were ecstatic. And they said, Prabhupada, you asked for 100,000 pennies, but Jagabandhu Prabhu gave $3 million. Hare Krishna. More than what you asked for. And Saraswati Thakur said, that is very good that Jagabandhu Prabhu gave the $3 million for the mat. But what I wanted hasn't been fulfilled yet. What? Again, they're surprised, shocked. But you said 100,000 pennies, he gave $3 million. He said, yes, but what I wanted was that 100,000 people would get the sukriti of having given a penny for the seva of Mahaprabhu. And one man, what he did is very good for him, and it will be good for others too. But I want that everyone will get this opportunity. Kripam buddhi yat paraduka duki. The Vaishnava, he's concerned about everyone, the suffering of everyone. They're suffering in separation from Krishna, the absence of Krishna conception. Harikatat durbika. He said, I don't recognize a shortage of anything in this world other than Krishna Katha, topics of Krishna, talking about Guru and Gauranga, Radha Govinda, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, mercy. This there's a shortage of. Everything else is artificial famine. So, Bilasatu Riddhi Nityam Bhakti Siddhanta Bani, it's the voice of Saraswati Thakur in the hearts of his followers and their followers and descendants that gives life and guidance and illumination to the Krishna consciousness movement to this day. It's that voice that took Srila Prabhupada, Swami Maharaj, out of Vrindavan onto the Scindia steamship line to America, to the shores of America, to distribute Bhaktivinoda Thakur's gift to the world. Shri Radha Parasevanamrita Maho Taddatum Bhavam. Krishna consciousness in its fullest and most perfect expression, Radha Dasyam, the service of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Jadi Gorna Hoita Tabiki Hoita Kemari Daritam Dehe, Radhar Mahima Prema Vasasima Jagata Janatuke. That's why Mahaprabhu descended. Radhar Mahima, tell the greatness of the greatest devotee of Krishna. That will awaken devotion in the hearts of everyone. Radhar Mahima, Prema, Rasa, Sima, and the limits of Krishna Prem. Mahabhav Swarupini Radha Thakurani. So Guru Maharaj said, when Saraswati Thakur gave his talks, wherever he started, inevitably he ended up with Radha Dasyam. May have started in this place or that place, but in the end, Radha Dasyam and preaching the Rupa Raghunath, the glories of their line. So, for now, I think we'll conclude here, and this evening we'll have a chance to continue expressing something about the innumerable glories of Srila Saraswati Thakur. We, fallen soul, cannot express anything properly, but by remembering the lotus feet of our Guru Varga, Guru Maharaj, he expressed so many things perfectly. And that Nikhila Bhuvana Maya sloka, he told that, because he wrote it in around the 1950s. He said, I think if my Guru Maharaj could see this, he would say, Sridhar Maharaj has captured me in a cage of poetry. Captured the Royal Bengal tiger. Then everyone comes to look. They see the tiger walking back and forth. Come and see the Royal Bengal tiger. Don't be afraid. So here Guru Maharaj said, I would say, he captured me in a cage of poetry. So if you look within this poetic expression of Srila Guru Maharaj, you have a glimpse of that divine Royal Bengal tiger, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. Jai Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Avirbhav Mahamahotsava Ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanande. Hare Krishna.